and I'll point to you, and we'll keep it going in an orderly fashion. All right? Coach?
Thanks, Paul. Again, thank you for everybody staying up late with us. Obviously not the performance that we had prepared for or we wanted. So first and foremost, credit Michigan State. They were able to, win the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's the bottom line. They were able to get explosive runs when we missed tackles. They were able to get us to misfit gaps, and, their guys were able to take it the distance. I did think at times we did respond and we shored some things up, but obviously not consistently enough. I thought Hunter played pretty solid, for getting back out there for his first start in a couple of years. I thought he made some big plays. I think he'll really learn from this and grow. And the same thing with our receivers. I thought they played pretty well for a handful of guys that are pretty young and experienced. So a lot to grow from, but more importantly, a ton to learn from, a ton to teach. And, ultimately it's my responsibility to have us be able to be more consistent in our execution than we were today in tackling, and then obviously in our red zone efficiency when we had the ball across the 20 multiple times and didn't get any points, and that's obviously problematic. So with that, I'll answer any and all questions you have. Thanks again for being here.
Questions? Steve?
When you're down, I guess 14-0 at the time, and Hunter's dropped back to pass maybe twice in the game, and does it add to just the weight of what he's trying to unburden himself of and have some success, and then to see him have some? I mean, is that kind of the way you saw it play out, that it could have been really rough and it turns out it wasn't?
Yeah, Steve, I think he handled it really well. I thought he was really poised on the boundary. I thought he was talking to the guys the right way. Let's get a first down. Let's go score. Just, again, a guy who's older, maybe doesn't have a ton of experience, but he'll grow and build off of this from a standpoint of efficiency. And there were a lot of areas we can still help him as a coach, and that was the things that we were talking about there at the end of the game. But when we got empty trips in the red zone, we start with us as coaches. We've got to find ways to put those points up on the board, be it the kicking game and also obviously touchdowns are critical there. So we got to look at our plan, and then we got to look at the way we executed it. But I thought Hunter was pretty resilient throughout the whole game.
Coach, you're not able to really get into your run game in the first half, and in the second half you start to get Evan Hall going a little more. What can you do to, number one, establish a more consistent run game, and number two, overcome the loss of Cam Porter?
Well, I thought, from a standpoint down 14-0, we were a little bit, I think, a little bit shell-shocked, and I thought the guys responded, and we were able to get the run game going a little bit. And to get some explosive plays of our own in the run game, but just obviously not consistent enough. So we'll take a look at the scheme first, and then, we'll take a look at what we did execution-wise to get it shored up and get better for next week.
Coach, how much did Michigan State's offensive scheme differ from what you saw last season? Was there anything new that you hadn't seen before?
Yeah, not really, not necessarily. I mean, a couple of nuances, but nothing that, I wouldn't say that we weren't overly prepared for. I think they just executed it pretty clean, and it's a credit to them. And they've obviously made some changes personnel-wise and upgraded some of their speed in some areas. And, it showed today when they were able to get out in the open and make some big plays.
Coach, you mentioned struggles on third down and some struggles in the kicking game. And in the red zone, kind of what did you see and what do you think were the root cause of those? And when you go back to the drawing board, how do you think you're going to solve those going into the rest of the season?
Oh, well, you just get to work, Drew. I mean, it's one game, right? Unlike the pros, you don't get any exhibition games, right? So when you come out and you may have a lot of self-inflicted wounds against a good team, a talented team, a much improved team than maybe anybody gave them credit for, it's tough to beat two teams. And I don't want to discredit Michigan State's effort, but obviously we made a lot of mistakes. So, well, number one, we've got to execute better in the kick game. Those 6 points, that's a big difference at the end of the game. And probably a difference in momentum a little bit also. And then the trips into the red zone without points. When we've got first and goals, we've got the ball inside the 20, and we end up having, self-inflicted wounds, either a penalty or, a blown assignment or just a mistargeted thing. So we got to look at all of it and make sure we got our plan shored up. But I thought at times, again, if I'm going to draw a positive from today, I thought I saw a lot of growth from Hunter today, and I'm really proud of him.
Just another quick question about Evan Hull. He only had, I believe, 18 all-purpose yards in the first half. and Trey Tyus started the game. Was there a reason, even though Evan was started on the depth chart, was there a reason why kind of he was eased into the game later than started the second half?
Yeah, Ev has been nursing a lower body issue through kind of the middle to end of camp, and so we're trying to bring him along a little bit slowly today. But we've got 100% confidence in what Ev can do, and obviously showcase that, in that big explosive run and other runs too. So, we're going to need all three guys. There's no question about that. So look forward to having them all grow and learn and get back out here. I can't wait for next Saturday. I'm not going to lie to you. Today was a long day, and the way the Spartans got after us made it longer. So I'm looking forward to getting out to practice next week. Yeah, Steve.
Is it, staying with the quarterback, is your just resolve any deeper or firmer about Hunter's he's your starter?
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
You kind of put it in terms of just this first game.
Yeah, no, I absolutely, 100%. I thought he gave us every opportunity to win the game. I thought he had poise today. I thought we saw, quite a bit of pressure that, Michigan State was going to bring that, at times I thought we picked it up well, and at other times he had pressure in his face, and he made really good decisions with the ball. I mean, he's at the end maybe trying to make a play that you'd go, don't throw that one, just throw it away. And I thought that's what Peyton did a great job of last year. Didn't force the ball. I mean, he's got 3 touchdowns and no picks, and was 30 for 43 for 283. Not a bad day, really for, I don't know how many college starts he's got now, but it's less than 10. So, we'll build upon that, and we got to be better as coaches helping him too. So a lot of that chatter going on during the end of the fourth quarter about things that we have fresh in our mind that we want to build upon moving into next week and beyond.
Coach, you guys missed a lot of tackles today. Would you attribute that to being one of the first games of the season, or was there a lot of factors?
Can you say that one more time? I missed you.
Yeah, apologies. There were a lot of missed tackles
Yeah.
defensively today. Would you sort of attribute that to being an early season game, or?
Yeah, well, it's been pretty much a hallmark of who we are and what we do. We have a tackling circuit every day that we do. We work it every day in the offseason, and I'll first and foremost going to give the athletes at Michigan State the credit for making us miss. But I got a feeling it's going to come down to a couple things. We misfit some gaps, now we're making arm tackles. Maybe we weren't aggressive enough for our run fits, or we overran some things. That's what it looked like, especially at the end. We got guys, about ready to be pulled down, and we just weren't running our feet. So those fundamentals start and end with us as a coaching staff, and we're going to get those fixed because I know how much pride our guys have on defense. I mean, we gave more rushing yards today than we, maybe gave up in about 4 weeks last year. So a lot of things that we can improve on and fix.
Anything else for Coach? All right. Thank you.
Okay, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate it. Have a great week. Go Cats.
We've got Hunter Johnson and Brandon Joseph coming up really quickly. This press availability along with We'll go right into questions for Hunter. Same as last time. If you have a question, just raise your hand. We'll get my attention. We'll call on you one by one.
By Hunter. I know you didn't win. How much did you yourself need, to play well, to have success, to produce, and just to feel that, to know what that feels like here?
Yeah, I definitely. It's been a long time coming. Coming out for this first game, and we've been preparing really hard this off season and this fall, and just tried to go out and execute the offense. And I thought guys did a great job. And there was just a few plays here and there where a miscommunication or whatever the case may be, a missed assignment that kind of hurt us and either backed us up or hurt us down in the red zone. So a lot of stuff that we can fix. But yeah, it was definitely a very promising first game. I thought we did a lot of things really well. Yeah.
Hunter, with Cam Porter, we saw a few different guys run the ball. You, maybe player Anthony Tyus, and so with Cam Porter out and as Coach tells us having a whole nursing lower body injury, what does your team need to do to find more consistent success in the run game like you started to do in the second half?
Yeah, I think just keep doing what we're doing. We've got a lot of confidence in our running backs. With Drew and Evan and Tyus and all those guys, we've got a lot of confidence in those guys, and they can go out and make plays. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for that group. It's a lot of guys that are new to the team or getting their first reps, and stuff's going to happen in the first game. So but I thought they did some really good things tonight, and I'm excited about them. I think there's a lot of stuff to fix, a lot of stuff that from a communication aspect, from a personal, just being on the same page with my guys, and just a lot. There were some plays that were left out there, yeah, I think there's room to improve. There's definitely room to improve.
You spoke throughout camp about the rapport you built with your wide receivers.
Say that again, sorry.
Throughout camp, you spoke about the rapport you built with your wide receivers and Stephon and Bryce. Can you just talk about their performance tonight and kind of your confidence throwing the ball and finding them, and how you think that's going to manifest down later in the season?
Yeah, no, I was really excited for those guys and the way that they played tonight. Got a lot of confidence in both those guys on the edge, and yeah, they're guys that I trust to go up and make plays and be able to stretch the field and then catch, break a tackle and get yards after the catch. So a ton of confidence in those guys. They're very talented, and I thought you guys, I thought they showed that tonight, but just didn't get the win.
Idea sort of what happened on just the 2 fumbles you obviously recovered on? Anything in specific?
Yeah, one of them was a RPO, and just I had to clear the running back a little bit further to allow myself to throw it, and I just got hit my arm, and I don't even. Was there another one? Oh, the snap was it was a cadence thing. Yeah, it's a cadence thing. But things we can fix.
Anything else for Hunter?
Cool. Thank you.
Question for Brandon?
Yeah, Brian, how would you assess your play tonight?
It wasn't up to my standard. I'm looking at it right now. It looks like I had 8 tackles, but it's not to what I expect from myself. I expect to make more plays, but at the same time, it's not about me. It's about the defense, and we didn't do what we needed to do to win tonight. So we're going to go back in there. We're going to figure out what we did wrong, and we're going to work on it.
Brandon, Coach Fitz was talking earlier about kind of the missed tackles that plagued you guys early in the game and kind of picked it up in the second half. But kind of, how do you think your defense is going to analyze your performance tonight and manifest into improvement later in the season?
Yeah, for sure. It's something that we don't expect from ourselves. Tackling is one of the fundamental things that we work every single day, something that we've been working all fall camp, and so we're just going to analyze reasons why we missed tackles, why plays weren't being made, and why these big plays are busting, and we're gonna go and check on that. But tackling is a thing that we take pride in, so the performance we had tackling tonight wasn't to par.
And then just, you sort of alluded to it not making up plays. Do you have any idea sort of why the defense struggled to generate a turnover until, I guess, late in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, Michigan State's a good team. It's not like they had a game plan too. Like, they came out, they weren't just throwing all the balls to me. Like, I didn't get many attempts. A lot of my DBs didn't get many attempts, but plays were made. We, DB-wise, we tried to prevent the deep shots, which we did for the most part, other than 1 or 2 plays. So turnovers, they come when your opportunity comes in. We didn't get enough of those opportunities, and at the same time, we got to create more opportunities because it's something that we expect from ourselves and our defenses to create turnovers. So we're going, like I said, we're going to dive into this and figure out why those turnovers weren't there and what different ways we can scheme up more.
Anything else for Brandon? Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you all.
mean, it was selfishly very exciting. I mean, I'm extremely grateful to just be back on the field, and I think the guys can tell, like, just to have the opportunity to be out here, go to practice every day, and just do what I love at the capability that or at the potential that I'm capable of. It really feels great, but sorry, I'm a little bummed about the loss. But it feels great, and I'm really grateful just to be back on the field and playing ball with my guys.
Trey, can you tell me what you saw in those two touchdowns in the red zone?
A ball, and I caught it.
Schematic, I mean, the route. Do you remember kind of what you were told in the huddle, kind of the route, kind of the play
I
coming
mean,
together?
one was the fourth and inches or whatever, and then there was one guy playing outside in coverage and came down with the running back, so I freed up and was pretty open. And the second one was just a little spot route where I split the two guys and was fortunate enough to get the ball.
Trey, we saw a lot of explosive plays tonight from the offense in years since 2017. Is there anything, Hunter threw a lot of really nice balls, sort of anything unlike that you've seen in your tenure at Northwestern so far?
Sorry, can you repeat the last part?
Yeah, just like Hunter's just pure arm ability. Just is it sort of unlike anything you've seen in your tenure at Northwestern?
I mean, Hunter's obviously very, very talented. There's a reason he's the #1 prospect. He's full potential, like great quarterback. As an offense, we had those explosive plays, and I think we were firing on not all cylinders, but we were firing pretty well as an offense, just as a whole. I think we're right there where we want to be. It's just the red zone was killing us, and we got to find a way to execute and finish those drives because we had, I think, 4 trips down there, the red zone, tight zone, where we're right there. We just got to turn those into points, and that killed us tonight.
Sure. Trey, you were on this team in 2019, Hunter's first year in the program. Can you talk about, even though the game didn't go your way, his performance tonight and what it's like seeing the numbers he put up after his 2019 season, in which he had some struggles with inconsistency and injuries?
I mean, you got to be very excited. We definitely love to see that. I mean, definitely help build his confidence and allow him to exert the talent that he has and help us win the following games. So definitely very exciting to see him play well and looking forward to what's to come.
Anything else for Trey? Awesome. Thanks, Trey.
Thanks, everybody.